In this video, we're going to demonstrate managing RFIs here within Trimble Connect. First, I'll go ahead and show you some sample RFIs that I've already created. If I come in here into the Explorer view, I've created 4 folders for each RFI. Inside of that RFI folder, you'll see that I have a 3D IFC file as well as a 2D PDF. If we select on the PDF and just press View, we can then see the actual RFI document with an image and a description. This can then be printed out and additional comments can be done offline. Let's go back to the Explorer view here, and then let's go ahead and select and open up the IFC file. Now when we open up this IFC file, you'll see that I actually have published just a partial model. I don't need to include the entire model, only the model objects that are included or associated with this specific RFI. When I click on the objects that are colorized, we can go to the fabrication properties and we can see the RFI description data here. Now what I've already done is I've already actually associated this to a to-do. The to-dos are important for managing RFIs because they send automated notifications and keep track of the status of the RFI. Let's go to RFI number 1, which is what we were just looking at, and we can see that we have the PDF linked here as well as a 3D view. When I click on the 3D view, it's going to open up that specific model as well as the red lines that I had previously set with this particular to-do item. Now to reply to this, I can either go to the comments and add comments here or additional red lines, or what I can do is I can just go back to the to-do activity, go to my RFI number 1, and then I can just put the answer right here in the description and then save it. Once something is closed or answered, we can then just change the status from new to done or closed. From there, I can easily use the statusing filters on the left, so that way if I only wanted to see closed RFIs or to-dos, I could easily do this. So let's see how I put this together. Okay, we're going to start here in Untitled Structures, and we're going to go ahead and select all of the objects that are associated to this particular RFI. And then what we'll do is we'll go to Export and IFC. And we're going to do of selected objects. We'll include the property sets that we want, so that way the RFI number is exported in the IFC file. And then here we're going to make sure that we choose Use Current View Colors, and then we'll just simply go back to parameters, make sure this says RFI number 5, and export. We'll then go ahead and open up the model folder, and we'll see in our IFC folder RFI number 5 IFC has been created. We'll cut this and put this in our RFIs folder. Here we have RFI number 5, and now we've got both the PDF document and a 3D IFC file. Okay, now I'm back in Trimble Connect. I'm going to go to the RFI folder, and I will then create a new subfolder, which will be RFI 005. We'll say submit, and then it creates that new folder. We'll go inside of there, then we'll browse and upload the RFI number 5 files. So we'll select the PDF and the IFC file. Right, now I'm going to go ahead and select the IFC file and we'll view that. That partial model will then open, and then we can zoom in and rotate around to the exact view that we want to be at. And then what we can do is we can just quickly come in here and add a red line. So I'm just going to put a sample in here so that way we have some sort of red line that's associated to this. I'll then go ahead and create a to-do, and here I'm going to call it RFI 005, and then I'm going to go ahead and write the description in here. We'll then go to more options. We'll set this to critical, and then the due date to be 2 weeks from now, and then I'll assign this. We'll then go ahead and say submit, and then if we go to our to-dos list, we'll see this additional new RFI has been added. When we click on it, we can see the details here of the thumbnail or the model image has been attached. Let's go ahead and go back to the data folder where we'll see the RFI, and in this particular instance we're going to select the PDF, and then we're going to go ahead and say link or add this to that to-do that we just created. So there's RFI number 5, we'll select that, press submit. Then if we go back to the to-do, select on that RFI number 5, you'll see that both the PDF as well as the 3D view are linked. We'll go back to that RFI number 5, then click on the 3D model view, the model is loaded, and then our red line is also loaded. Okay, now let's say that we want to do a search for RFI number 2. We'll come up here to the upper right, start with a quotes, and then say RFI 002, and then we'll press the search icon. This will then filter us to the documents as well as the to-dos that are associated with RFI number 2. We'll click the to-do, it then highlights and selects RFI number 2, and we're brought instantly to that PDF as well as that 3D view. Now it's also nice to see the impact of all of the RFIs on the project at one time. And so we can do this by going to a color by Rfi status of the entire project. So we'll go ahead and view that. It'll then load up the entire model and show me all the RFIs that are throughout the project. We can then zoom into particular locations. We can click on any of the objects. We can then review their properties, and we can see here there's the Rfi status of closed, which is colored green, and then we can see the description as well as the RFI number. So here you can see Trimble Connect is a great tool to share RFIs as well as manage RFIs through the cloud.